Welcome back to my channel, Keto is the Worst. Today, I didn't want to talk about this, but I'm going to talk about this because in the past week, it has come back into my life, and it has been the fourth time now, and that is, of course, the keto rash. You saw the title. I don't really know why this happens. The internet doesn't really know why it happens. I talked to a lot of people. They have some theories, but there's no hard, fast evidence on how to avoid it. It's not like the keto flu where if you have some bone broth or put some more electrolytes as you start off, then or not, and even if you don't drop the carbs all that fast, then you can avoid the keto flu. This one, there is no consensus. I don't know. I have some theories, and that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. Right, so, okay. I'm not sure if you can see it. I'm going to maybe come out of focus, but it is along here, and should I pull this down? I have it like along this line here, right? So the structure of this is going to be pretty much what happened, the reason why it matters, and how it has been debunked in my own life, right? So the first one I'm going to talk about is there was a time back in August, I believe it was around August, I'm not entirely sure. It was still hot in New York, but I had just started in August, so I think it's more like September. Anyway, I had come back from the gym. I was kind of tired. I had fallen asleep on the couch, like a little nap. And when I woke up, I was kind of sweaty. And then a few days later, I had started developing a few bumps here. And then a few days after that, it turned to like a full rash. And I didn't understand what that was. I looked it up, and they said that some people do develop this keto rash, and there are a whole bunch of reasons why, or a whole bunch of theories why. Why that one matters is that when you produce a lot of ketones and you are in ketosis, your ketones are a little acidic, apparently, right? So if you sweat, you keep it on your body for an extended period of time, you don't shower right away, then that might irritate some of your more sensitive skin areas. And for me, it made sense because it was in line with where I had sweat, and a lot of sweat. And then when the way I was sleeping, is there a pillow right here, and then like I woke up and that was kind of wet, so that's why I thought that was the reason. So for a couple months, I just made sure anytime I sweat, I was washing it off. If I couldn't take a shower, I was washing it off some way, and being very vigilant about that one. The reason why I think that one doesn't work is because it still came back. So it has come back multiple times, even during times where there is no, maybe I'm not even working out, or I'm very strict about whenever I sweat, I'm washing right away. Which brings me to number 2. When you store fat and you've been big for a while, you're supposedly storing a lot of toxins that are in your body when your body's storing that fat as well, right? So they store together. And when you lose a lot of weight, and especially if you lose it in a short amount of time, let's say it's just because you never lose weight in a straight linear fashion. It's usually step by step by step. So I thought that, okay, I had dropped a lot of weight, like maybe 10 pounds in 10 days, something like that. That's just me talking, but it was something in that range, right? It was a lot, very short. And I thought, okay, so this one makes sense too. I may have just released a whole bunch of toxins into my body, and it was coming out, and then hopefully it will go away. And it did go away. But then the next time that my keto rash had came back, I hadn't lost weight at all. I was at a plateau, and I was arguably even gaining some weight at that time, right? So I'm not sure about that one either. And that also goes with, in the part 2 of that particular reason, I listened to a lot of Dr. Berg, and he recommends ox bile to take, the little supplements. Yeah, so I've been taking that consistently because it's just a small thing. It's a whole big bottle, and I take it with my vitamin D, turmeric, and what's that other one? The other one is fish oil. So I just take it with that. It's not a big deal. But I also have this now, and I've been taking that for a little while now, so I don't know how true that one is either. And now another reason is whenever your ketone levels might be too high, right? In a previous video, I told you that my highest tested was a 4.7, and there have been times where I've been in the high 3s, low 3s, high 2s, whatever. And that's very keto. All you have to do to be keto is like 0.5 to 1.5. That's a great range to be in. But there's some times where I'm a little strict for a little too long, and those numbers just keep climbing day by day, week by week, whatever. And that was also another thing, because before I started introducing carbs back into my life, and before I started having this plan of, well, we can just test what I like, what I can have, what's my upper limit, I was always doing no carbs. I was a person who believed in total carbs, not net carbs, meaning I was not subtracting dietary fiber. Whatever the carb number was, including fiber, was my carb number. So I was extremely low. I'm talking about like 20 total carbs, like 5 net carbs in my diet for a pretty long stretch of time back then. So that's when I started to actually say, okay, let's come off of that a little bit. And of course, when I did introduce carbs back, it went away. But the problem is that this has historically gone away within 3 weeks. It's like the first week I can start feeling it coming. The second week is when it's at its worst, and the third week is when it's starting to fade away. And then you have a few marks. If you scratch a lot, that's also a problem. And I scratch a lot, so I get marked up and it stays for a little bit. But I mean, I'm a little child. I can't do anything about that. Now that one, I do still think is true, because as I'm speaking right now, over the summer a little bit, I was up and down, in and out of keto. But for the past couple of weeks, I have been strict about it, and I have been going back into my regular meal plan, which is just strict keto pretty much throughout the week, and maybe one thing of carb every 10 days or something like that, right? And yeah, so I still think it might be this. I tested the other day, and I might test in a little bit just on camera, just so you can see. But it was like 2.7, and that is, again, a little bit on the higher range. It's not crazy high. I've been a lot higher. So I still think it might be that, and especially maybe if you go into it quickly or just have it, I don't know. And I am also at the lowest I've ever been, so maybe I'm losing new fat. I don't know. That is something that still might be true. The reason I say that might not be true is because I've also gotten this when I wasn't even keto. Like, okay, I was keto. I had already started. But what I mean is that I was maybe in and out of it. I was maybe not that strict. Maybe I was just at a 0.5. I was barely registering, stuff like that. So, and I still got it. So it's a very weird process. And now it's been a year plus. It's about to hit October. So about a year and 2 months now that I started this, and I've gotten it 4 times the last 3 weeks on average, something like that, and it always goes away. But I also usually just lower my ketone levels. I introduce carbs back. This time around, I am not planning to do that. I want to see what happens if I just push through it, continue pretty much what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks, and see if it still goes away, and if it makes it better. I don't know what's going to happen. What I am doing alongside of that is, because the last time I was reading that Selsun Blue and like the dandruff shampoos might help if you put it on your skin. So I got a shampoo that was made for body acne, because it has that same active ingredient, like salicylic acid. I'm not going to put that there. I don't know. It has some type of acid that's in it, and that's supposed to help with body acne. So that is what I'm using now. And also like a facial scrub, something that exfoliates. I'm just putting it on my neck so it can like take off the dead skin. And yeah, we'll see how that works. I think it was a lot better today, because it kind of took off all those like scabs, I guess, and it felt smooth, and it's rehealing, and I think it's rehealing in a better way. And this just came out this week. If you saw my last video, it's not there. If you're going to see me in the next few videos, I might have my hood up, who knows. It's just, for people who don't know, it might be a little distracting to see it. But also, I looked at my camera here, and at this angle my chin is very in the way, right? I don't think you can see it straight up, but I'm cooking tomorrow, and yeah, you might see, because there's a camera angle I think that's a little bit different. You might see it there, and also it's just distracting. Maybe I'm just watching my videos a little bit too closely or too much because I have to edit them. I had a pimple on my face like 4 videos ago, and that's all I could see. So I know that maybe this is all you could see if you were watching it. So I guess I apologize. I don't know what else I can do, but I'll try to see how I can get it to go away. I know that this is a very, not everyone gets it, and it's not as common as like the keto flu. There are some people who have it and have it no matter what. As long as they are keto, they will have a keto rash. Sometimes it's just a few bumps and it's barely noticeable. It might look like freckles to them. And there are people who pretty much never heard of this and never had to experience it. And if you ask, there's like, I didn't know that was a thing. So I'm somewhere in between where pretty much 4 months I don't have anything, and then it pops up and then it goes back away. If you guys know anything, you can direct me anywhere. Maybe my research is a little bit old. Like I said, I did not plan for this video, so I didn't do my typical research or anything like that. So maybe things have changed in the past 4 months. Maybe there's an answer out there. Maybe there's something I should try. So I'll be more than happy to hear it. And for now, I will see you in the next one. I am going to get ready for the video I did plan for today, and I will see you very soon. Okay. It is a coincidence that he does sell an ox bile, so take it with a grain of salt, but the bottle says take it with water. Ooh, bad jokes all around. Okay, anyway.